Hey, it looks like we are live. So, you know what? It's Sunday night. So, you know what that means? Let me go here. There we go. So, you know what that means? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So, I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to welcome you out tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about Rock Your Avon Business in the new year. So, if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you're here. Anyway, let me move. Hi, Anitra. Good to see you. You're the first one on tonight. Move some things over and then share my screen. There we go. You should be able to see my screen now. So, so today we're going to talk about Rock Your Avon Business in the new year. But first off, really quick, we'll go over my website. This is onlinebeautybiz.com. This is where I have this training site for my team. And it's for anybody. Anybody who needs help with their Avon business is welcome here. If you're brand new, you'll want to click on Getting Started at the top. That goes through all the basics. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you. So Getting Started, teaches you the basics, like how do I get paid and how do I know if I have an order and that kind of thing, right? And so go up there, and then on the left-hand side is the main part of the blog, and these are my most recent posts in order. And then on the right-hand side, you can sign up to receive our newsletter. If you're not already receiving emails from me, you can go ahead and sign up here. There's a search right under that. So if you don't know how to do something, you can search for it. You can just type that in here. Or there's categories. So like if you want to know about Facebook parties or fundraising or leadership or whatever, you can click on that post and everything that's tied to that post will come up. So on your computer, it looks just like this. You have your main part here, and then you have the sidebar here. If you're on your phone, that moves to the bottom. The sidebar, this part over here, goes down to the bottom underneath. And so there's about 6 posts, and then underneath that will be the sign up for the newsletter, the search, and the categories if you're on your phone. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. So moving on, today we're going to talk about Rock Your Avon Business in the new year. It just happens to be this first post. And so, it's a brand new year, and we're already halfway through January, right? Luckily, you still have time to make a plan for your Avon business this year. Hi, Lily. Good to see you. So in the next couple of days, you want to really seriously sit down and plan out what your business is going to look like in 2022. For best results, you want to launch your business powerfully. So before we go into that, let's go into the very basics, right? So there's only 4 things to make a successful Avon business. It's actually really easy. It's actually really simple. It's not easy, it's simple. And it's just 4 steps. The reason it's not easy is sometimes we get in our head and we make it hard, right? But it's just these 4 steps. Number 1, prospecting for new customers and recruits. That's the lifeblood of your business. That's what you should always be doing. Number 2, get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to, every campaign. And number 4, take the order, or they go to your website, and either way, you got the sale, right? And then it's just rinse and repeat. So then we're back to the top again. So prospecting for new customers and recruits, if you're brand new, we ask you to make a list of everyone you know. You want to try to get like 200 people on that list. It's for your own use. No one's going to see it but you. And it should be a living, breathing document. You're going to be, over time, you're going to be crossing people off, and you're going to be adding people to it. It should be constantly living and breathing and growing. And then you're going to get a brochure to every customer, every campaign, either paper or digital. It doesn't matter. The key is every campaign, every customer, right? We mail our brochures because that way I know that every customer gets one. Hi, Lisa. And Doug, if you're there, hi.
Carolina's on too.
Oh, hi, Carolina. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, you're going to get that brochure to every customer, every campaign. We mail our brochures because that way I know that every customer got one. Even if they live next door to me, they get it in the mail through Campaign Mailer, because then I don't have to go back and go, oh, did she place an order? Did I put a brochure in her bag, or did I get her a brochure? There's no question. That way everybody gets one. It's consistent. They know what to expect, and they get it. And then you're going to do the follow-up with every customer that you gave a brochure to. Then you're going to take the order and submit it to Avon, or they go on your online store. So we have a system that helps you with this, the Daily 8 system. So you can click here and print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. Looks like this. It's about 9 pages, so you can just print one. And the one that you really want is page 2. And so print a bunch of page 2. And then you're just going to track how many points you have every day. The idea is, instead of working 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Your goal is to get 8 points a day, 5 days a week for a total of 40 points. So just at the top, you just put in the week of, like today's date or tomorrow's date. And then what days of the week are you going to work? I strongly suggest that you work 5 days a week, if at all possible. So I know it's not always possible, but even if it's just an hour a day or 2 hours a day, you're going to be a lot more consistent that way. But I also know that, you have to work around your schedule. We get that, right? So figure out when you're going to work, commit to it. And then just this whole first column would be your first day. So you're going to give yourself points for doing things. So prospecting for customers, a point for every name. Right? Prospecting for team members, same thing, a point for every name. So if you're brand new and you made your list, now you might start reaching out to some of those people on your list and, set a goal for how many points a day you're going to get, whether you're brand new or not, right? Say I'm going to get 5 new names a day, or I'm going to get 3 new names a day, whatever that is. And when you go through your list, you might text somebody or send them a Facebook message and say, hey, I just started my Avon business. I'm really excited. Would you be interested in seeing a brochure? Can I send you a brochure? Whatever. If they say yes, then that's a point. You already have their contact information because you just texted them. But if they say yes, that counts as a point, right? If I'm out and about, if I've already worked through my list or I don't have anybody on my list that I haven't already contacted, then I need to go out and I need to meet people. The truth is you're going to build a much bigger business if you can get outside of your warm market. You want to get outside. You want to get people you don't know. That's how you're going to build your business. But we start with people we know because it gives us somewhere to start. So that means maybe you go out and you talk to the cashier at the grocery store, or I know you guys have all heard this a million times, but my favorite way to do it, because it's just me and I'm just straightforward and blunt and to the point. For me, it's easier to stand in front of a grocery store or whatever. And as people walk out, I say, would you like an Avon brochure? And if they say, yes, I haven't seen Avon in years, great. I mail my brochures, would you like to get on my mailing list? And I have little drawing slips that I hand them and have them fill out their information so I can get their information. Another thing you can do is you can just put a sticky, these little stickies that you can just put one on the front of the brochure and just say, hey, if you put your name and number on here, I can just, text you and let you know when my order is going in. Just kind of quick. And if you say it that way, text you, they're usually okay with it. They don't want you to call them. Most people don't. They don't like phones. Phones aren't for phone calls anymore, right? But it's just a matter of getting their contact information, right? So set a goal for however many you want, 3 or 5, or if you really want to push it hard, 10, right? Whatever that is, whatever that number is for you. And then you're going to follow up with those people that you just gave a book to 2 to 3 days after. So it's just hey, I met you at Walmart, or hey, I texted you the brochure. Just checking to see if there's anything I can help you with. And now they're going to go on your regular follow-up system. And so now you're going to get a brochure to every customer. They said they wanted one, so you're going to get one to them every campaign. Whether you mail them, whether you text it to them, whatever, that's up to you. I give you 1 point for that because if you use our system, it literally takes you 2 minutes to do that, to get that brochure, to mail it out, right? And then we do follow-up text 2 to 3 days before you are placing your order. And same thing, I give you 1 point because we use Project Broadcast and it takes literally 2 minutes to set that up. I mean, once it's set up, you have to first set it up, but once it's set up, every campaign is just 2 minutes. You just change the campaign number, you kind of save it as a template and you have your little message in there and you just add a picture of the brochure and you change the campaign number, that kind of thing, right? And then, go back up. And then you're going to place your order, a point for that, a point to sort and deliver your orders. And I only gave you 1 point, but if it's going to take you some time, if you have a lot of orders, maybe give yourself a point for every half hour you're spending doing that, right? You're still going to get 8 points in 4 hours instead of working 8 hours a day, right? But you're still building your business. And then passive prospecting, putting brochures out door to door at businesses, that kind of thing. Same thing, 1 point. Maybe give yourself a point for every half hour you spend doing that or whatever. Passive prospecting, that's posting on social media or the thing with these are passive because if you're just putting brochures on a doorstep or you're just making a post on social media, that you didn't get any contact information. So you don't have a way to follow up. You're just hoping that they will respond. That's passive. Active is the first ones up here where you're prospecting for customers and team members. You're getting their contact information. That's active. So now you can follow up with them, right? Now you're in control. You're taking charge of your business. But they both work. They both work differently, but they both work. The top ones are you're going to get the quickest. You're going to build your business the quickest by doing the top ones because you're dealing with people one-on-one and you're talking to them. whether it be by text or by phone or by Facebook message. At least you're having a conversation with them. Then we get down here, having a Facebook party or an event or a show, sponsor new representatives in your team and train them, and then review your leadership opportunities. I mean, all of these things, business training, either you're being on our Sunday Live or you're on Avon's training, you're doing they have lots of training all the time, and you're getting on their trainings, or personal development. Those things are really important because your income follows your self-development. So the more that you can be better at what you do, and the more that you are even a better person, the faster your income will grow. They're all important, but you want to focus on the top third of this, because prospecting for new customers and recruits and follow-up, those are the two most important things to grow your business. So that's the Daily 8 plan. We have a Daily 8 challenge. Anitra says it's Girl Scout cookie selling with makeup. Yeah, awesome. That's another way to do it, right? You're already doing the Girl Scout cookies. If you're sitting outside a store with the cookies, you could sneak a brochure in every now and then, yeah. Okay, so we have a Daily 8 challenge. And it doesn't matter if you're on our team or not. We want to support you. We are here to help you. Now, obviously, we don't know what everybody's doing. Even if you're on my team, I don't always know what you're doing. And so this is a way to log what you're doing. And so this says, click here to log your weekly numbers. That opens up. It's just a Google form. It's just your name and how many points did you earn this week? What were your wins this week? What did you accomplish or do well, or that you're really proud of? What did you not do so well, and how can you do better next time? So these things, just by taking the time to answer them, already gives you the answers you need to grow your business, because you know, wow, that worked really good. I need to do that more often. Or, oh, that sucked. I should never have said that. And so then you know not to do that next time, right? So it's not even me telling you anything. It's you telling yourself just by answering these questions. But also, for me, I take this, and it's not a judgment thing. It's not me saying, oh, you didn't get enough points, or, oh, you didn't work your business hard enough. It doesn't matter to me what you do, because it's your business, not mine, right? I work my business. You work your business. I'm just here to support you. And so if you submit this form, I'm going to maybe recognize you in the group that you did something amazing, or I might send you a card and say, congratulations, you did something amazing. And if you put something in here that you're struggling with, and you're not sure what to do, if I have an answer or if I have a blog post that might help you, I might email you and send you that. So it's just me supporting you. It's not me judging you. That's all this is for. And it helps keep you accountable, right? Then be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group if you're not already in it. I think most of the people, at least the ones I can see, are already in it. That's our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group. And then here's a post about automating your follow-ups. So I'm not going to go through this in great detail. We've gone through it about 1 million times. But basically, and there's even a training here, a video where we did a live on it. And basically, it's like when Richard and I first started, we didn't have the time to do it. We couldn't knock on people's doors at 11 o'clock at night, and we were working a lot of hours when we first started. And so we had to find ways to systemize our business. And trust me, those systems have dramatically made it so that we could grow a huge business, even in spite of the fact that we were working 60 to 70 hours a week. And I was commuting, I'm not kidding, 3 hours a day, an hour and a half each way to work. And I was driving, so it wasn't like I was on a train and I could do something. I listened to trainings while I was driving. But anyway, so back then, we didn't really have cell phones. They were just barely starting to come out. And I used a service back then called Dial My Calls. And so I pre-recorded a message, and I uploaded all my customers, and then that message got blasted out to them. So they would pick up their phone, they go, hello, and they'd get a pre-recorded message from me. That would say, hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a friendly reminder, my order would be going in this Wednesday. If you've already placed an order, thank you very much. If there's anything you'd like me to order for you, let me know by Tuesday evening. And if you don't need anything right now, no problem, just have a great week. And this is what they would get, right? Nowadays, I only use this for my little old ladies who don't have cell phones or don't know how to use them or don't use them. They still get this 30-second. It's like I try to keep it under 30 seconds. I actually have a recording, and I use the same recording every time. I don't even have to re-record it. I just use the same one. I don't put dates in it. I just use Wednesday and Tuesday, right? So I do that. And then for texting, I use Project Broadcast, and then they get a text. And so if you are if you're doing a digital brochure, just a tip. Okay. Well, first off, if you're doing, I have two separate lists. I have one that's for my customers that we deliver to, and they get a text message that says, "Hey, this is Lynn with the Avon. Just a quick reminder, my campaign, whatever order goes in on Wednesday. If there's anything, let me know by tomorrow." Right? If it's my digital book list, they get a text every week, and the reason for that is because with my delivery customers, they got the brochure in the mail. That's kind of a reminder. Oh yeah, it's time to place the order. And then I text them and say it's ready to go, right? And I believe getting a paper brochure to them actually is more effective than the digital brochure. And the reason being is, I'll pick on Anitra. She's selling Girl Scout cookies. She's busy. I text her and I go, "Hey, you're welcome to campaign 3. Here's the latest brochure." She doesn't have time to look at it right now. She's busy. She's sitting with her daughters at this Girl Scout thing, right? And she's selling cookies. Well, by the time she comes back, she's done for the day with what she's doing. My text is going to be buried, and she probably won't ever even look at it again, right? And so that's why if I'm texting a brochure, I send a second one a week later. And the week later one just says, "Hey, just a reminder, if there was anything you wanted out of campaign 3, it ends on next Tuesday, so be sure to get your order in. If not, no worries," right? And so it's just kind of that. It's a second time for the text one. If it's a delivery customer, they only get one text, a campaign. And then, of course, I missed the part up here where we mail every brochure. I use campaign mailer. Where is that? It's in here somewhere. It is in here. Right here. So I mail brochures to every customer using campaign mailer. And if you want, campaign mailer does bulk mail, which is cheaper, and you have to order them way in advance because bulk mail can take 2 weeks to be delivered. They also have first class mail, which is really sweet, because if I meet somebody or somebody calls me and says, I need a brochure, I'm like, great, I'll mail you one, and they can get it in 2 or 3 days with the first class mail. And it costs like $3.50, I think, or something like that to mail it through them. And they include the brochure. You don't have to buy the brochure. Campaign mailer includes it. So if you were to go mail it yourself, it would cost more than that. I hate to say it, but it does. It's not cheap to mail a brochure. And so it's actually cheaper than you doing it yourself. And if you do the bulk mail, it's like way cheaper. I don't remember. It's like
about a third,
$1 or something, $1.70. It depends on the quantity that you're mailing. I think if you only mail one, it's like $1.70. But if you mail, a bunch, the price goes down the more you have. And so this is how we automate our systems. And it makes all the difference in the world. Automating does, when the last year that my mom was alive, she was in and out of the hospital, in and out of nursing homes. We had doctor's appointments, and my business never skipped a beat because I automated it, because no customer ever missed getting a brochure. They never missed getting a reminder. My business just kept going. And that's what's so cool about it. And really, let's be real here. If you say, well, I'm not going to spend that money, I'll just text my customers, and you have 150 customers on your books. You don't have 150 placing an order every campaign, but you have 150 in your books. Be realistic. How many of them are you really going to text? Because you're going to get interrupted. You're going to get tired of it, whatever. You might get through 10 or 20 or maybe 30 texts, but you're not going to get through all of them. So it's just really critical to do this. By automating it, it keeps your business going and it keeps everything on track. And that gives you time to go out there and find new people. Or you can be home with your kids, spend more time with your kids, spend more time doing Girl Scout cookies, whatever. But the idea is just keep your business as automated as possible while still, you're still providing service. You're only automating getting a brochure to them and the follow-ups. You're still talking to them. You're still delivering orders if that's the case, or you're still chatting with them on text when they call you or they text you and they have questions. You're still there for them, and it frees you up to do all that, right? So that's how to automate, and you can click on these posts and learn all about that. So let's talk today about rocking your Avon business in the new year. So we talked a little bit last week about some of the things you had to do. And unfortunately, I know that the audio was horrible last week. I'm really sorry. I pay god-awful amount of money for internet here, and it just irks me when it doesn't work the way it should. But that's a whole different story. But we'll kind of touch on it real quick here farther on. But this is kind of just a little bit more from last week. So So for best results, you want to launch powerfully. You want to have a plan. You want to know where you're going and what you're aiming for, right? And so here's some ideas to help you launch powerfully. So the first one is get creative in your Avon business. There's nothing more important in our business than being creative. And so if you have a system already used to build your business, I'm not talking about being creative about that. The system is critical. And so we teach systems. I just talked to you about that, about our system to automate your follow-ups. I wouldn't get creative with that. I would stick with that system. But now you can get creative about other things, right? So building your business is really difficult in the beginning because it's like you have to push that business. It's kind of like pushing a car to the top of the hill, right? You're pushing and you're pushing, and it takes effort and determination. And Anitra says, I can hear you a lot better this time. Well, I'm glad about that. Thanks for letting me know that. That makes me feel better. So anyway, you're pushing that car, it takes a lot of effort, right? You're pushing. In the beginning, you don't have a lot of customers. If you have 150 people in your database of customers that are, that are in your business, I just call it your database because you have 150 customers. They're not all going to order every campaign. Maybe only 10% of them are going to order. So maybe if you had 150 customers, maybe you'll get 10 orders each campaign. And every campaign, they're going to be a different 10 people, right? So the idea is you want to make sure you get that your follow-ups to every single one of them, whether they're going to order or not. It's just, but in the beginning, you don't have all those people and you're having to find them. And so you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing. And then once you get to the top of that hill, then you can let go and your car's going to take off without you, right? It's just like a snowball. It's going to take off down the hill. And so what I'm talking about is being creative about finding ways to energize yourself, to get out of bed every day and be excited about doing your business so you can push that car up the hill. And what I'm talking about is being creative to find ways to energize your team, to help and build that team spirit. And boy, right now is the best time that you need to be energizing your team if you have a team, because we've had some struggles with Avon lately, right? We all know that. And so start doing things that make it engaging and fun and exciting for your team. And that energy that you can create for your team is vital. Who wants to show up to a job? Nobody, right? We all already have jobs, or we have had them in the past and we gave them up for Avon, right? Who wants to show up for fun? Everybody. Right? Especially Richard. He likes fun. Who wants to show up for love? Everybody. Who wants to show up for recognition? Everybody. If you can do those kinds of things with your team, if you have a team, and you know what? With your customers. If you love on your customers and you try to make it fun and you do things like in your Facebook groups, like an Avon bingo or a little contest saying, hey, tell me whatever. Tell me what your makeup routine looks like, and I'll do a drawing and out of the people that respond, and everybody, and I'll do a drawing for this product or whatever. But make it fun, love on them, make them feel special, make them recognize them for being good customers. All of these things, whether it's for your team or your customers, those things can really help you grow your business. So be creative as you're looking for ways to help your team and your customers feel so loved on you that even when the going gets tough, they want to stay and be a part of your business. They want to stay and be a part of your team. They want to stay and be a part of whatever you have to offer, even for customers. Persistence. The only way that any of us can have massive success is to keep working and keep moving forward, no matter what, right? I have a rep on my team who knows the benefits of the products, and she sees the amazing benefit that the Avon opportunity can provide for her and her family. She's excited, but yet she can't get out of her own way about the story that she has in her head about how she's a bother and a pest. And she thinks in her head that everyone is running away from her when she goes to invite them to take a look. And that's what's holding her back. Because she wants this success so bad and she believes in it, but she just doesn't believe that her people are going to want to listen to her, that her customers believe her, right? And that's in her own head. And I keep working with her trying to get that out. But if you have a story in your head that's getting in your way, then it's critical to be persistent and keep going. That's part of what the systems do. Because when I'm telling you to use Project Broadcast to text your list, let's just say you have 150 or 500. My texts go out to 775 people. So all of you guys that are going, how come Lynn has more business than me? It's because I'm texting 775 people every 2 weeks. It's all in the numbers, right? But let's just say you have 100 or 150 people on your list. If you have a story in your head and you're texting them manually and you go, oh, Mary, oh, you know what? I've given her 6 books already and she hasn't ordered. I don't want to be a bug. Maybe I better not text her. You've just hurt your business. Mary didn't tell you she didn't want to text. She didn't tell you she wasn't interested. So why are you telling yourself that? If she tells you, then obviously you say, hey, no worries. It's not for everyone. I'll take you off, right? But if she hasn't told you, then quit going in your head and coming up with stories about how she doesn't want it, because you're actually providing horrible customer service by not giving it to her because you told her you would, right? And so work through that. If you have a story, work through that. Reach out to your sponsor or get some coaching or even talk to another Avon rep that might be able to help you with this so you can move through it. And it will get easier because the more people you talk to, the easier it gets. Even when I go out and I stand in front of a grocery store, at first it's really hard. I have to force myself to go. I mean, it's kind of like going to the gym, right? You have to force yourself to go, but once you're there, it's fine, right? So it's the same thing. I have to force myself to go, and I just say, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get at least 5 names. And usually I'll stay and get 10 names, but it's just a matter of getting started, right? And once you talk to, the first person you talk to might look at you like you're a cockroach. They might go, ooh, what, you? No, I'm not interested. Hey, no worries. It's not for everyone. There's enough people out there that you can have a crazy, incredible business. You just have to let that person go. That person's not important, at least not in this context. That person's important, but they're not important to you and your business, right? And so then the next person goes, oh my gosh, I haven't seen Avon in years. Now you feel a lot better, right? Because they're like, yes, I want a book. Here's my phone number. Here's my email, right? So then you feel better, and it gets easier and easier the more you do it. And so just, it might not seem like it in the beginning when you're brand new, but trust me, if you keep doing it and you keep pushing through, it will get easier. The key is just do not give up. Be persistent until you see the results that you want to see. Then pour in the good stuff. Now this is about personal development. Remember we told you your income grows with your personal development? This is about the more that you can pour in the good stuff, the more you're going to be excited to wake up in the morning, the more you're going to be enthused, the more your energy is going to be attractive to other people. And then, think about it. Think about the people in your life who are like Debbie Downers, every time that you're with them, it's like, you get to the point, like if they were to call you and say, come over for dinner, you're like thinking, do I really want to go? Because it's just so depressing to go to her house. All she does is bitch and moan. Right? All she does is complain. That's not who you want to be. You want to be positive. You want to be moving and grooving. And that's who people like to follow. Right? And so if you're having a challenge in your Avon business and you've got this little story in your head that it's hard and no one's going to talk to you, or your guest didn't show up, or whatever that story might be, that you're hurting your business. But if you're pouring in that good stuff, it helps you to get over that. It helps your self-esteem. And then none of that matters because you know that these aren't the people you want in your business anyway, right? You're looking for people who are looking for an opportunity, not someone you need to beg or talk into. You're looking for someone who wants to try new skincare, not someone who you have to beg or convince. You're looking for someone who says, oh my gosh, I love Avon. You're not trying to turn somebody away. You're not trying to say, oh, I know you love Mary Kay, but try Avon, you'll like it better. That's not something I've ever done because I'm not trying to convince them. I go with the one, Richard calls it low-hanging fruit, right? Mm-hmm. I go with the ones who are interested. I go with the ones who, there's plenty out there. Trust me, there's tons of them out there. That's personal development. That's how you're gonna be more confident. That's how you're gonna grow as a person. And so find some good books to read. Read a couple of development books and know them so well that you can actually teach on them. I actually have a CD from Jim Rohn, and I actually give it to my new reps. For my new reps, if you're new, you might already know this, but I tell them, go through the first 2 segments of the Avon U training and let me know when you have that done, and I have a gift for you. And then I give them this Jim Rohn CD. It's not a CD, actually. It's a recording that they can listen to on their phone. But Richard and I both must have listened to that 500 times, maybe 1,000. We listen to it over and over and over again. And the funny thing is, it's like not that long, but yet every time we listen to it, we learn something different. And it's because our mind is in a different place, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's some things. Here's some books, just a few books. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, The Go-Giver, Making the First Circle Work, How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport. These are all great, great books that you can read. Those are just a few. There's tons and tons out there. There's also some incredible 2-minute videos that come in from leaders like Darren Hardy. You can sign up for Darren Hardy, and every day you'll get a little email with just a little, like a 2-minute video about how to do something better for yourself today. I think John Maxwell has them too. TED Talks are also amazing. So look for what inspires you and makes you feel good. Whatever makes you feel like you're living your life purpose, or you're on task and you're ready to just rock the world. So
these are really good to do first thing in the morning. Sometimes, if you, it depends on how you do things, but you can do the first thing in the morning and start your day off right. Get yourself off on a happy note, or you can end it, or you can do both. You can do it in the morning, first thing in the morning, and the last thing before you go to bed. It just puts you in a positive frame of mind.
It does, and you know what? If you're a person that has to get up in the morning and go to work, listen to them on your drive to work.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I used to do.
Rolling University.
Yeah. Anitra says she'll have to look for those books on her Nook.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So another thing that's really powerful is to record your story and play it over and over again. And then spend time sending gratitude to the people in your life. When you're giving gratitude and you're focusing outward, it's hard to be inward and negative and depressed. So really focus outward and send out love every day. So Richard and I send cards. We send cards to our team. We send them to our customers. We send them to our friends. We send cards just to anybody. And a lot of things, and this is what Lisa Wilbur does. This is where I picked this up from. But she does, what does she call it? Facebook espionage, I think she calls it. I call it just stalking people on Facebook. But when she sees that someone posts something like, I posted today that we got our new hot tub. The electrician was here today, and the water's filling up in the hot tub, right? So Lisa would take that and she'd take a picture of that hot tub and she'd send it to me. And she'd say, oh, look at that. How cool, you got a hot tub, right? Or maybe I do some of my friends, like my friend Robert, he has 2 grandsons and he loves these kids. And so their mom's always posting some amazing pictures of them. And I'll send pictures to Robert. Hey, look at what Tommy did, you know? And I mean, when you're doing this, when you're saying, and you can do this, it doesn't have to be a send out card. It can be whatever. It could be you sending a card. It could be you even texting somebody. But when you're doing this, you feel good. And you're like thinking, what will make him feel good? What can I say that will really make their day? And you'd be surprised at what kind of mindset that puts you in. It's amazing.
Yeah, an attitude of gratitude. And the funny thing about it is that if you send these things out, they seem to arrive in the mail to people just at the right time when they just have something horrible happen to them or something went wrong in their life. And they get this card and they go, wow, that perked up my whole day. We've gotten a lot of people call us or send us a message. They, thank you for sending that card. I was really in the dumps and that really brought me out.
It's true. And I don't know what it is, but it's the universe. The universe, it's kind of like I go, who needs a card today? And whoever pops into my head, that's who I send the card to. And Richard's absolutely right. I can't tell you how many times somebody will send me a message and go, oh my gosh, I just got your card. And you couldn't have picked a better time. In fact, I got a card from an Avon rep who I've known for 20 years. And she used to have an LABC, and I'm not going to call anybody out. Hi, Sherry, good to see you. But I'm not going to call her out. But I sent her a card 2 years ago, and she just sent me a message, and she goes, I don't know what happened. I was really sick at the time I got this card, and it never got opened. And I just found it, and it's just what I needed right now. It's like, wow. Sat there at her house for 2 years. She never opened it. Now she opens it, and it's perfect timing. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, find an accountability partner. And when I say that, I don't mean me. And I hate to say that. I'm sorry, but I have 900 people on my team. We have probably more than that we mentor, and I can't be everybody's accountability partner. So sorry, not me. But find another rep who can be your accountability partner. Meet with them regularly, whether that be we're going to text each other once a week or we're going to text each other daily. I don't know. That it's going to be different for everybody. Maybe you're going to say, I'm going to get 3 names a day. And every day you're going to text your accountability partner that you got your 3 names or how many you got. Or maybe it's once a week. Maybe you're going to get on a Zoom call or maybe a phone call or a message, however you want to do this, and find an accountability partner. Find someone who will challenge you. Maybe someone who's working hard at their business, and that will help you raise the bar on yours.
You could even use the daily 8 as a challenge for both of you.
Yeah.
And both of you do the daily 8 and see what results you get from it, or, wins and losses on it, and compare notes on it.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, then get into action. So in our last blog post, this was our last training, I believe, from last week when we had, when we had the crappy sound. So it's here. It still has the crappy sound. I don't really have a way to fix it, short of re-recording it. But the sound follows so you could read all this. And
the script is there.
The script is there. So get into action. And, the only way that you're going to have an amazing 2022 is by taking action. It's going to take deliberate effort to achieve this. It's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen by itself. But that also doesn't mean that you can't have a life, right? Nobody is asking you to work 24/7. Nobody is asking you to work massive amounts of hours. The truth of the matter is, if you are focused and intentional, you could seriously work an hour a day. If you broke that hour and said, during this hour, I'm not doing anything but my business, and you already know what you're going to do during that time, you could actually grow a huge business by doing that. If you're systemizing your follow-ups and you're just spending an hour a day looking for new people, prospecting, you could literally do this in an hour a day. I'm not kidding, but it has to be focused, it has to be intentional, and you have to be determined that you're not going to miss a day doing it, right? And so we're not asking you to tell your family that you're not going to be available because you're so focused on your business. It's more about you deciding how much time are you going to put into your business every day. If all you have is 30 minutes, then make sure that you're in massive action during those 30 minutes doing the right activities. Obviously, it would be better if you could do 2 hours, but make sure that during those 2 hours, you're in massive action. You're doing the right activities to grow your business. The right activities, remember, if we go back to the daily 8, they're the ones at the top. They're the one, I'm sorry, but they're prospecting. They're talking to new people. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's how you grow your business.
Those are called income producing activities.
It's prospecting and follow-up, prospecting and follow-up, prospecting and follow-up. That seriously is how you're going to grow your business. And that's what you need to be focused on, with laser focus during the time that you're working your business. So don't spend time where it's not effective, right? If you have someone on your team that you've thrown the ball to 30 times and they've dropped it 30 times, that's not someone that you want to talk to again. I mean, Sherry has a question. Well, go ahead and type it in there, Sherry, and I will come back to it. But I tend to, with my new team members, as I hit the ball, it's like a tennis match. I hit the ball over the net. I actually set them up so they get texts from me every day for the first 2 weeks. They get a series of 6 emails over about 3 weeks. And in those texts and in those emails, I'm asking them, hey, I'm giving them tips and things about their business, and I'm saying, how are you doing? And if they don't respond, then it's on them, you guys. Don't sit there and go, well, they didn't respond, I need to keep calling. No, if they don't respond, it's on them. It's the same thing with my customers. If they don't, I text them, I mail them the book, I text them that my order's going in. If I don't hear from them, that's great, because they obviously don't want something right now. If they do text me, then I got a conversation going with them.
Social Security number to your wallet.
Oh, Sherry, who do you call or send your Social Security number to for the wallet? Sherry, you do it when you sign up for the wallet. You now have to sign up for the Avon wallet, and they ask for your Social Security number there. If you can't do it that way for some reason, whatever your reason is, you're going to have to talk to customer service, because I don't know. I'm sorry. It's different than what it used to be. So I can't even tell you what it used to be, because you used to have to call Avon, and then you'd have to mail in a copy of your Social Security card. I don't think that's true anymore. I think you can just fill out the form on Avon Wallet. And so when you log into avon.com with the new system, I don't remember exactly where it is, actually. let me see if I can. I'm sorry. I know we're going off tangent here, but I want to see if I can answer her questions. So sign in. Hopefully I can get in without a phone call. And sign in. Okay. So manage business. Under my account, Avon Wallet. And then it walks you through, it has all the frequently asked questions, and then you go to Hyper Wallet, and that's where you would set it up. So I hope that helps you. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so anyway, let's get back. So don't spend time where it's not effective. You know, you do the things that you need to do. And your team members, especially if this is the hardest when you're working with your team. Your customers, not so much. Although, you know, if you're brand new and you're sitting waiting for, you have 3 people that you gave a book to and you're waiting for those 3 people to call you, that makes it really tough. Sherry says thanks. So I hope that helped you. That's really tough. If you only have 3 people, you've only given a book to 3 people and you're brand new, then yeah, you're going to be hanging on every one of those 3 people going, do you have an order? Do you have an order? Do you have an order? But if you keep going out and you keep getting new people and you keep getting new names and you keep adding them to your list, so you're sending 150 texts, or you get, like, to me, like 770 texts, then you're not so dependent on each individual person, right? And you do what you need to do. You send the text, you send the email. If they don't respond, it's on them. And I even do that with my customers, because I say, hey, my order's going in on Wednesday. If there's anything you want, let me know by Tuesday. And I can't tell you how many times someone has called me on Thursday and said, I need to place an order. And I'm like, great, I'll be placing an order in 2 weeks. I'll get it for you then. It'll be about 3 weeks for you to get it. But I feel really bad, but I texted them and told them to get it to me by Tuesday. So it's on them, right? It's on them, because they knew I did the right thing by letting them know. So that's where, you know, you don't want to be constantly going after the same recruits, the same team members saying, hey, get your order in, hey, get your order in. I do that every campaign. If on the Thursday before the end of the campaign, I email them, and then I email them again on Sunday. But I am not watching each person individually every single time. I'm not spending all my time doing that. I'm spending my time growing my business and helping people who need help, people who have stepped up, people who have responded. That's who I work with, right? So in that last training, we talked about the things that you want to commit to grow your business. And so you can, I have them again here. So this is what you want to figure out right now. This is what you want to plan. What am I going to do for my business? How many people a day am I going to invite to look at a brochure or to look at the Avon opportunity? How many people am I going to sign up each month? How many reps am I going to get each month or each campaign or whatever? How many new customers am I going to get each month or each campaign? How many leaders are you going to build? How many team members are you going to take to RepFest? Because you know what? The more team members that you can take to RepFest, the faster your business will grow, because it's a life-altering experience. And oh my gosh, if you can get them to earn an incentive trip, that's even more life-altering. Because these reps that go to those events, trust me, it's the same people over and over again. They go to those events, they don't miss another one. And they also, they work their business because they've had this life-altering experience. They've seen what's possible. And so this is what you need to plan for your year. Don't just hope it happens. You're going to make it happen, and you need to know what it is that you're making happen, and that's what these are for, right? I attend the leadership retreat if you're able to. Typically, that's only for gold leaders and above. Avon opened it up this year for anybody could go virtually. Only certain people could go live. And it might be that way from now on. They may do gold leaders and above live and everybody else can come virtual. But if that's the case, and if the only way you can go is virtual, then do it. Don't miss it, and clear your schedule so that you are not worried about anything else. You're watching this retreat, the whole thing, right? My team grows by X number of people or X percentage each month. I receive X award. What award are you aiming for? What rank are you aiming for? Are you aiming for Premier? If you're brand new, are you aiming for President's Club? When I first started, they didn't have Premier. The President's Club was the first level. And so when I first started, I went, okay, and we're going to talk about goal setting more next week. But when I first started, I said, okay, President's Club, that's $10,000. Actually, it was less than that back then, 20 years ago. But let's just say it's right now. President's Club is $400 a campaign. So I need $400 a campaign in order to get to President's Club. Once I achieved President's Club, then I looked at the comp plan and I said, okay, what's the next level? Oh, Honor Society. Okay, I'm going for Honor Society now. I didn't waste any time because you're going to have a hard time holding on to your President's Club if you just get there and then let it drop. You have to keep going. So the idea is you hit the goal, you jump over it, and you keep going. Because you're going to fall back a little bit because people leave, people die, people go to Mary Kay, whatever. I mean, they try different products. I don't know, maybe Avon runs out of stock on a product and that hurts you, whatever. Things happen. And so you're going to slip back a little bit. But so that idea is to jump over the goal and keep going. What's the next one? Okay, great. I made Honor Society. What's my next one? Rose Circle. What do I have to do to get there? Okay, I'm going for it, right? Right now, maybe you might want to be looking at the Cancun trip. And we'll talk about that more next week, how to set goals for that. But whatever it is, know what it is you're doing and break it down. How many people are you going to talk to a day? How many people are you going to sign up on your team? Gosh, it's free enrollments right now. How many customers, how many new customers? Because it's always in the new. You always need new customers. You need a plan on how to get them. Whether that be standing in front of the grocery store, whether that be talking to the cashier at the store, or at the bank, or wherever, whether that be doing parties, whatever it is, whatever that looks like, maybe events. Sandy on my team, she does local events. She actually does events with a group that does events all over Vegas. And they do these live events, and that's how she gets her customers. So it's just a matter of you have to figure out what you're going to do, right?
Avon just offered the $25 free shipping for another campaign through Campaign 4.
Yeah.
So utilize that.
So how are you going to use that to help you get more online customers, right? And then, so that's the action. Oh, I have a typo in there. That's the action that I'm talking about. These are the activities that are going to help you to grow your business in 2022. Sorry about that. I'll fix that. But in 2022, this is what's going to help you grow your business. So then the other thing, have fun. So figure out how you can do your business in a way that works for you and that's fun. And make it fun for your team. Make it fun for your customers. And make sure that they're having fun and they're feeling loved. So that's what I have. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I do. My wish for you is to treat your business like you're a turtle. You know, the old tortoise and the hare story where the rabbit's jumping all over the place and the turtle just plods along one step at a time and ends up winning the race. Well, that's how you should be running your business. Setting it up, automating it, setting it up so that you have lots of things in place to get it going forward, and then set your goals. This thing Lynn just posted near the end here, I'd use a whiteboard for all those things. But if you're doing your business, it always keeps coming back to me. Most people treat their business. This is a quote from Richard Brooke, a good friend of ours. He said most people treat their business like a cat with a toy. Mm-hmm. They'll have a cat be going down the hallway in the house, and about once a week, it'll spy the ball off on the side and run over and bat it around and throw it in the air and chase it and then drop it and walk away and not go back for a week.
Yeah.
And most people treat their business like a cat with a toy. And what you should do is get a whiteboard and write a lot of these, all of these things on that whiteboard so you can see it every day. But I make a challenge to you during the year. If you could get 2 customers a week, 2 new customers a week, and 1 new person on your team on leadership, at the end of the year, you would have 104 customers and 52 new Avon reps. I don't think you would recognize your business at the end of that year. If you had 104 customers, I almost guarantee you that you would probably be President's Club. It's like Lynn said, if you have 104 customers, about 10 of them may place an order every time. If they're buying $40 a shot, you're doing $400 a campaign, and that's President's Club. That'll equal to $10,000 at the end of the year. So like I say, go out and do it. Don't be a cat with a toy. Use the Daily 8 to get yourself working. And you can do this in 30-minute, half-hour, 1-hour times during the whole week. You don't need to work 40 hours a week. That's the beauty of this whole thing. I mean, that's how we grew our business as well. You get out there and you get the momentum going. And then it's a lot like Lynn said earlier too. Once you dread going out there with the daily 8, go out and talking to people or something. But usually you start getting on a roll, and you'll stay out there an hour. You're going to plan on 15 minutes, and an hour later you're still out there because you're having a ball with it. So anyway, have fun with it and grow your business.
And you guys, I know some of you might be thinking, well, I'm an introvert. I'm not real. It's hard for me to talk to people. But you know what? So am I.
Mm-hmm.
Richard is Mr. Extrovert. Richard he's chatty Cathy with every single cashier. He's just carrying on a whole conversation with her. He knows everything about her before she's even rung up our order. If I'm in the grocery store, I have my debit card and I say thank you, and that's the extent of my conversation. It is. Unless I turn myself on, because I know I'm working my business. So this is not every day. This is when I'm actually planning to work my business. I leave the house, I turn myself on, and I say, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get 5 names or 10 names or whatever my goal is. And then I talk to people. And for me, I have to be on. And then when I get home, I'm exhausted because I was on. So it's just how it is. Richard, he just talks to everybody. So trust me, I know that it can be hard to talk to people you don't know. I do know that because I'm just like that. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. And yes, you might be thinking, yeah, right, Lynn's doing a live here. She's not afraid of anything. But that's not true. Just keep in mind, I've been doing this for 20 years and I have learned how to get better at it. And that's all you have to do too, is learn how to get better at it.
And one other thing too, another thing can boost confidence. I may like to talk to a lot of people, but sometimes I'm just not on either. But we found that being in leadership really helped, because we go out with our team members and do events or do recruiting with our team members. And it puts me on the spot because I have to kind of show off in a sense that I know what I'm doing. So I'll get a lot more confidence and be talking to people and doing what I should have been doing on my own. But sometimes you get a buddy system. If you have somebody else that's selling Avon, go out with them and you guys can be just talking to people and building yourselves up as you're getting customers or recruits.
Yeah, you can take turns. You can take turns getting their leads.
Or if you have teammates, that's a good way for them to learn, because most people, the thing we learned a lot was we do an event and we invite some of our new team members. They would come in and they would just be absolutely afraid to even hand out a book to somebody. And you would do it a couple of times, then you tell them to do it a couple of times, and they see how easy it is. Mm-hmm. Everything that we have here, like Lynn said earlier, everything we do is easy. It's simple. It's just hard to do.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's simple.
But
not hard, but not easy to do. But you just get out there and buddy up with somebody if you can't get out there by yourself or you don't have the confidence.
Another thing is have people come to you, like wear Avon shirts, wear a badge, that's something that's always helped me. Richard and I, we don't work our business so much locally anymore. We do more online. But when we were totally building our business on local, we always wore an Avon badge, and people would ask us, Avon, do you have a brochure? I still have my car wrapped, and people will pull me over. Half the time I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? And I get all paranoid, and they just wanted a brochure, because when you're inside the car, you forget that it's wrapped.
For the women, you can wear. They have so many beautiful Avon blouses and monogrammed shirts and stuff. Wear a name badge. Do your makeup. Lynn doesn't wear a lot of makeup, and some women are just amazing with it. The lipstick, just absolutely be spot on with your makeup, and people will comment on that even as well. So the only thing I've ever done, I use a lot of the men's colognes, and I'll get a lot of comments from the women about the cologne. What is that? And I say, oh, it's Avon, and they'll want to order some for their husbands.
Yeah. Well, and along those same lines, become a walking, talking Avon commercial. You should be using the products. If you're not already, go through your bathroom, go through your kitchen, and look at all the products that you can replace with Avon. Go through and say, wow, okay, Avon has a dish detergent. I'm going to get rid of this one, or I'm going to use it up, and I'll order the Avon. Use the Avon toothpaste. Use the Avon makeup and the skincare and the deodorant, and get to where you're using only Avon. Why go and give your money to Walmart or Smith's or why give it to the grocery store, Target, whatever, when you can buy from yourself and help your own business? Not only that, you're going to be a lot more confident about the products because you're using them yourself. You're going to know what you like and what you don't. And people are going to, when you talk to people, they're going to know that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, best example of that I've seen recently is we've been selling Avon detergent, clothes detergent sheets for over a year now. And I've just had several of my friends that I've mentioned it to just noticed them talking on Facebook saying, wow, I got tired of lugging those heavy 5-gallon bottles of detergent, or, worried about the environment and having to throw away all this plastic. And now I can just get the sheets in a box. And it blows me away that I've been mentioning it to them for a year and a half, and now they're getting it from somewhere else. So it is what it is. But we have so many products out there that people just love. I mean, the new products we have coming out are just amazing.
But if you're using them, then you know how to talk about them.
Yeah.
Then you know, and you don't have to try to even sell. It's more like, this is what I like about it. This is what I like about it. May or may not work for you, but this is what I like. And it's not a hard sell. So that's it. Are you good? Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, let me go back to just us. Bring that back over here. So I'm looking at you guys.
And Sherry says something.
Sherry says, I'm going to do better this year. Want PC again. Oh, you're not PC right now, Sherry? Okay, you got it. PC 2022. And for those of you that don't know what that means, that's President's Club. That means Sherry's going to sell $10,000 this year.
2 customers a campaign.
2 new customers.
2 new customers every week, really. That's 4 a campaign. You could do that. That's pretty easy.
Awesome. I know you can do this, Sherry. You got it. And I think that's it. I think we got through everybody's questions. I want to thank you guys for being here today. We will be back next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll talk about goal setting, and we'll talk about how to, goal setting to get to PC and above. And we'll also talk about goal setting to get you on the Cancun trip. Because once you go on an Avon trip, you'll never miss another one. Trust me, you need to be there. You just need to be there.
Yeah, we're glad everything worked tonight too, so you can hear the whole thing.
Thanks, Sherry, and yes, thank God we have good internet tonight. And so you guys go out there and have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Have a great week.